I'm now with Chris Coyne, coach of Bayswater. Chris, looking forward to the match on Monday.
Yeah, Monday. I was wishing it was Sunday so I could spend some time with the family, but yeah, can't wait. Looking forward to it. We had the tremendous pleasure of going all the way in the FFA Cup last year, obviously WA, and then getting drawn against Victory, so now we've had a taste of it. It starts again tomorrow after the comfortable victory against Busselton.
That's right, and of course the game on Monday is going to be a totally different thing compared to the match against Busselton, Inglewood, and I believe you've been looking at the DVD of the match that you played Inglewood here at Drago Reserve.
Yeah, it wasn't too good to watch, to be honest with you. It was like watching the Freddy Krueger sort of thing, but we'll work on it, we'll fix it. I think we went the right way about fixing it on Saturday against Perth, and we'll just take that into Monday. We're not going to show teams or afford the luxury to teams that we have been recently. We haven't been the hard-ass team, closing down, putting teams under pressure, making them work for every pass. Perth, every single pass they made, they had to make under pressure, and Inglewood, they're a good team, they've got great players, but every good player gets put under pressure, they make mistakes, and we're going to put them under a lot of pressure.
And on that, what about the team selection? I know it's a bit difficult now with not difficult, but you've missing Hayden, so how are you going to cover him for the rest of the season?
Yeah, we're going to make a few changes in terms of bringing some personnel in, so obviously bringing Ball in, it excites me, it excites everyone at the club. We're going to bring in another player of a similar ilk, and potentially one more before Tuesday night, so we're there. We've got a really good nucleus to the squad. Losing Doyley wasn't what was in the script at the start of the year. Phil Arnold got a decent cop in the knee early on, so we're getting Phil back into full fitness. So once we get Phil back in and we get these two new signings in, then we'll be ready to rock and roll.
I'm going to ask the question, but I'm not going to get an answer, am I? Who they are?
No. You should have saved your breath, let's be honest. Until it's done and dusted, I'll just keep that under my cap, because it's not fair to put the pressure on the two, because they're young players as well, so it's not fair to put them under that duress.
And it is something that is going to be a big benefit to Bayswater. Obviously you wouldn't be signing them unless it was.
I don't sign squad players. I think I made my squad up when I first got here. We did have a big clear out and got rid of a bit of the dead wood, I suppose you could call it. So we don't bring players in for the squad now, we bring players in to play and challenge the players that are already in my squad.
Yeah. And Monday afternoon's game, it is going to be tough, judging on what you saw. Like Mark Garcia appears to have Inglewood beginning to fire now.
Yeah, listen, Mick Garcia, I saw him with I think it was the 13s or 14s down at Balcatta about 5 years ago, and he had him playing some cracking football, super well organised. I've known Mick since we were nippers, since we were 5 and 6 years old, and I've been fortunate enough to play with him at national level and grow up with him, so I know exactly how he thinks and how he ticks, and it's going to be really good to go up against a well organised, well drilled and a versatile coach, because Michael's intelligent enough that if he sees something not working, he'll change it, where unfortunately there's not enough people that will tinker around with the formations or tinker around with the team in the State League at the moment, or the NPL at the moment. So I know with Mick, if we're doing something right, he'll try and amend it by fixing his charges, and then I'll have to go again, so it'll be a bit of a game of chess. So looking forward to it, looking forward to catching up with him and having a quiet beer afterwards, and obviously just want a good game of football, because at the end of the day people pay good money, they deserve to see good games.
Well, going on, I think it was last year you played Inglewood in the Cup as well. That was probably one of the best games of football for the whole season. Yeah,
it was end to end. I think we've played Inglewood 4 times both years since I've been coaching, and they're always tense affairs, always good, because me and Norbo are such stubborn bastards that neither of us wanted either to get the wool over the other one. So same again, rivalry. I mean, people don't give the rivalry factor and the proximity of the two clubs. I mean, we're literally 2 par 5 holes away from each other, and no one gives it that sort of kudos. It's always Perth and Balcatta and Bayswater. Who cares about what ethnic ties it is? It's the distance to the clubs as well. So it's a derby for us. A lot of the boys went to school in and around that area, so it's important that we do well. It's important we win, and obviously we want to try and emulate what we did last year, but we know we're up against a really well organised, tough team.
Yeah, and especially after the performance that they put in here, which will give them untold confidence, no doubt. And the thing about it was, they played good football here that day.
Yeah, they do play good football. I mean, Norma had them playing good football last year. I know Michael's got them, well, since watching the DVD. I've not seen them live, but watching the DVD the last couple of days, I know that he's got them and changed them around a little bit from how Norma had them. But they're a good team. They've got good individuals. They've got good players. And even last year, I thought they underachieved, because if they'd scored a few more goals, Norma would still be in work now. So they were good. You know, on paper, they're as good as any. And they're only a few goals away. So we know they're tough. We know they're physical. We know they'll compete. We know they're honest. And we know they've got quality, so we'll show them all the respect in the world. But at the end of the day, we can only do what we can do, and we'll make sure that we're well prepared, we're fit, we're physical, and we'll put them under immense pressure, like I said earlier.
Yep. And as you said at the very beginning, after last year and going so far in the FFA Cup and playing victory, I'm sure this year you're going to want it again, but want an actual home venue this time?
Yeah, I hope so, mate. We'll soon see. I mean, obviously with the redevelopment here, it won't be an issue in a few years, but currently as it stands, you know, if it means we've got to chuck a few light bulbs and park a few cars around the outside, it'd be nice to have it here. But I'm a greedy bastard. I want to win. I want to win everything. I want to win it, whether it's dominoes, checkers or chess. I want to win every time I'm doing something. So I've instilled that in my players. They understand how important it is to play in the right spirit, yes, but to enjoy winning. It's a privilege to win, and it's a hell of a lot nicer winning than it is losing. So we'll keep working hard. I'll make sure that the boys keep working hard, and you know, everyone at the club's endeavouring and pushing in the right way at the moment, and that comes from Jerry and Ori and all the way down through Anna. Everyone wants the best for this football club, and that does show on the pitch. You know, the professionalism and simple things like boys not having to take their kit home, everything being done for them. It shows how far this club wants to go.
Oh, there's no doubt it has become probably with Perth, probably on a par with Perth now as being the professional club in the NPL.
Yeah, I think we've probably surpassed them. I think their facilities are slightly better. Yeah. But if you give us 18 months to 24 months, I think we'll probably surpass them. So we have set standards, we have set markers there, and like I said to them on Saturday night at Perth, if they want to come and get us, you've got to knock us off our perch. We worked hard to get there. And facilities aside, I think this club's, the way it's run, the way it's done, and we've got a bit of a mantra at the club: good people, good players. And it proves that, because it's a home. Everyone enjoys coming down here, and it's not nice to come up against us on the pitch, which is why we're here at the end of the day.
And it's also great to see on a Thursday night the club room is actually full.
Yeah, it's always nice. You know, we've really tried to make a big effort of getting everyone in, and especially last year, it was full every Thursday, and the boys were in playing cards, and you know, it's a good environment. It's nice that people want to spend company with each other. Yes. Everyone knows each other on first name terms, and it's got that closeness. There's no sort of conflict, and there's no, I don't know, vendettas, rivalries or bad blood in there. You know, everyone gets on, and it is a good place to be, whether it's kids, wives, women, or young gentlemen having a quiet drink. It's a good place to be.
Yep. Now, training tonight, it went well, I take it?
Yeah, very well. We worked.
I spoke to Sam, and he reckoned he was absolutely knackered.
Yeah, we've worked him hard. Like I said, you know, it was by design this year that the players came in slightly undercooked, and every week we're going to keep amping it up and ramping it and bringing it down and amping it up again. And I think you can see now in the performances we are getting a lot stronger. No one runs over us. No one ever has run over us. And you can see the boys are getting fitter and stronger every single week. So yeah, we knew that we had a 9-day turnaround, so we could get a bit of mileage in the legs on Tuesday and Thursday, and on Saturday we'll sort of start breaking the game down a bit more after we've watched another DVD again of Inglewood's last game, and we'll really break the game down for the boys and you know, study it and make sure they're aware of what's expected of them.
A lot of backroom work goes into it, doesn't it? The DVDs, as you say, breaking it down, analysing the opposition. That is another sign of the professionalism here. Yeah,
and we're in the process at the moment of getting the video analysis done externally as well. So ECU University are going to take the videos away. I'm going to tell them exactly what I need, and I'll get it given to me on a thumb drive every Tuesday, so I can sit down in the afternoon and watch what we're doing. And it's a massive benefit. You know, I can ask for the snippets I wasn't happy of during the game, and they're all put down there for a 15-20 minute spell, and it's done. So I don't mind sitting there doing it. You know, the kids go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll sit there with a cup with the missus, and I've got my laptop just sitting there jotting notes down to the game, and it means that when my boys go out there to play, they know exactly what's expected of them, because I've seen exactly what they're capable of.
I reckon your missus would have been rightly pissed off on Sunday.
No, she's all right, to be honest, because she's been around it for the last 20 years.
No, I'm talking about the AFL game.
The Eagles, yeah. Oh, that's all right. It was good for me because she didn't speak to me. But no, she said she turned it off at half time, so she needs to dry her eyes and get over it.
Well, I was there, and I just could not believe Eagles supporters getting up at half. I'm an Eagles supporter myself, but getting up at half time and walking out. I've never seen it at a football match.
Yeah, she had the sulky lip out all Sunday. So, I mean, I always thought the Dockers were going to win. I think they're up there this year. They look superb, but you know, the Eagles need to back themselves in, and they've got a lot of bodies missing, so they just need to get on with it and move forward.
Well, certainly that first half. I know we're talking now about AFL. Who cares? It's sport.
Yeah, it's sport. That's it.
And that first quarter actually was just stunning, absolutely stunning from the Dockers.
Yeah, listen, Joe. What I'd like my team to pride themselves on what Freo do. They're ruthless and they're well organised and they're winners, and that's the exact same mentality that we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah. And as I said, with the training tonight, any injuries, worries for Monday?
Nah, fit, flying and ready to go. Obviously, with the transfer deadline coming up on Tuesday again, the boys all know what's online here. So I guarantee that there'll be 11 performances. Whoever's putting out there, they'll be onto it, because they know that I'm picking a squad of 20 moving into the next few weeks, and I know that they'll be aware that I'll be trying to add a few as well.
When does the next squad list have to be presented?
Tuesday by close of business, I think. So
the trading finishes on Tuesday, and you have to have a squad named on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, so the restrictive trade of players, and you know, it's the only market I know that you can do it. So if you're too old, you can't do this. Any other workplace, it's Work for Australia, we might have to give them a phone call. I know that the Players Union are looking into it. I actually know that the PFA and the Players Union are looking into it, and who knows, we might have to boycott a couple of games here and there to see what happens, because it is a restriction of trade. You're stopping someone from earning their livelihood based on age and where they're from, and that is, for me, not right.
Well, that is the one thing that I could not believe that it got through without somebody challenging that in a court.
Yeah, well, it's going to come to that point. I think the discussions have started, and at the end of the day, we're a multicultural society, and you know, it's borderline ageism, isn't it? You know, you're too old, you can't play. Well, who said?
That's right.
It's a world sport. It's there for people to enjoy. It's there for people to play, but you can't play because you're too old, or you can't play this because you're that. That's rubbish.
We must be the only league in the world, the only country in the world that employs such a restriction.
Yeah, I can understand the salary, I can understand the financial restrictions, and I think that needs to be abided to, because we haven't got the turnover and the sponsorship that other sports have. I understand that, but the other side of it, let people pick the best 11 players to play on a Saturday, so people can pay the hard-earned money to come and watch the best players they can watch. And that for me is the be-all and end-all.
Well, that's, and I reckon, to be quite honest myself, that is why last year crowds were down, because all of a sudden they weren't seeing the best players in the league. Yeah,
if I want to watch kids, I'll go and watch my own on Sunday morning. That's at the end of the day, I enjoy watching the kids. It's a privilege to go and watch my kids past the other kids. I think it's a spectacle, but I'm not paying money to go and watch other people's kids. It's just not going to happen.
And then when you look at the first division, some of the players that are playing in the first division, they should be playing in the NPL.
Well, Steve McGarry. I mean, let's be honest. Wouldn't you pay money for your kids to come and see someone that was most glorious players? You know, most glorious player not so long ago. So why is he playing at a lower league? Because he can, and because a salary cap hinders him being able to earn the money that he's earning elsewhere. So it's craziness. It is. It really is.
It is. All right, Chris. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you once again, and we wish you the very, very best, and hopefully you come back with a win for Bayswater.
Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers, bud.